Hello, welcome in our virtual training workshop of 21 days of effective communication. Today is our seventh day of this training, and our topic is how to offer a helping hand. Now, let's start with the name of Almighty Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. In today's lecture, we are going to draw your attention to learn how to reach out to someone in need. We mean that we tend you to know that how you offer yourself for helping other people without making them ashamed. This training will also help us to realize that how we should help someone who needs practical or emotional support, along with the useful practice and some valuable suggestions. Giving and receiving help is part of being human. Service or helping someone is an expression of gratitude toward the society. Selflessness and sacrifice are the hallmark of people who dedicate their lives to the people or society. Such individuals are always ready for help. Lending a hand to someone who needs practical or emotional support is rewarding, and it can enrich your relationship. There are so many grounds for helping others. It is not necessary to create a welfare organization or any NGO. You can do so by helping others in your homes, streets, localities, offices, institutions, and organizations. However, unfortunately, offering help isn't always simple. If we don't have a sense of responsibility, a sense of service to the people, say helping others, then whatever we want to do in life will be just an unproductive effort. So, when we can see that a friend, family member, or someone we know in our community is having a hard time, reaching out to help them, even in a small way, can have an impact on him as well as enhance our mutual relationship. Do you ever think that why it can be complicated while asking someone if they need any help? No doubt that connecting with people is vital for happiness and supporting others is critical for creating a delighted societies. Yet it finds very complicated, rather difficult to ask someone if they need any help. When we saw someone is feeling down or experiencing a rough patch in his life, which we all can face from time to time, then he might feel very alone and disturbed. His courage is broken and he is feeling very uneasy. Because of his ego, it can be hard for him to ask for any support or help, even from people he knows well. So it is very complicated to ask that person if he needs any help, as there is a chance that he may take it as a humiliation. As we said earlier, that it is very difficult or complicated to offer someone for help. So there is a need to know how to do help when a friend needs some support. Sit with them and start tuning with their situations and matching that with what you are able to do. It sounds more complex than it is. Compassion is a natural response, but it is best done with a little sensitivity. If you think of something you aren't sure how well it will be received, why not tell them what you would like to do for them and ask if it would be helpful? Remember, it doesn't have to be a big thing. Small gestures can be just as valuable as the bigger. If your friend is really struggling to cope with the situation or problems, they may definitely need some professional support. For instance, if they are feeling very down over a problem and going round in a circles or on a downward spirals, but not feeling able to take any action to deal with the issue, then it is your moral duty to offer your sincere help. As friends and family can be a great comfort and a good shoulder to cry on, even if professional help is not available. Sometimes professional expertise is needed to get to the real root cause and help the person to navigate a way through. These professional sports can be of any kind or type, from emotional, psychological to corporal. There is a firm line between offering someone help and making comments. Usually, making comments seems that you take them as incompetent. Unless you approach the issue in a sensitive way, the other party may feel patronized. They might also suspect that you are trying to interfere in their lives. On the other hand, withholding your help can make you appear cold and aloof. Now let's discuss few tips or suggestions that can help to strike the right balance. When you approach to someone for help, first of all, carefully listen his or her issue, understand the situation, and then offer your help. This listening will help you to realize that how capable are you of giving help and that you don't have to promise more than you can deliver. This makes a sense that how much and how easily you can help someone. It can hurt you personally, even it can be make a fun of you if you try to help beyond your means or limits. Always be realistic while you offering your help to someone, as if you fail to provide adequate help after making a promise, then this action may go against you. And it will be sensed as if you have come to make fun of them instead of helping them. So it is better that you listen to them carefully and then decide in the light of this whether you are in a position to help them or not. When offering someone help, tell them exactly why you are reaching out. When you do this, the other person will understand that your offer is motivated by a desire to make their life easier. Make it clear that you don't want to order them around. For example, let's suppose that your friend has recently moved into a new house that requires extensive structural and cosmetic work. When you visit them in their new house, you note that the place is a complete mess. Your friend appeared tired, almost on the verge of tears. They tell you that the house is proving to be a far bigger project than they had anticipated. You want to offer to your help, but you don't want to patronize them by implying that they can't possibly undertake the work alone. Now, which of the following questions do you think would work best in this case? Do you need help with this place? Or, hi, I have noticed that you seem really tired lately, and this house is a pretty big project. I'd love to help you. Could I come over this weekend and lend a hand with something? The letter is more sensitive because it shows your friend that you have taken the time to understand the problem they face. It's just that you have taken an inventory of their situation and are not just making a misguided offer of help because you think they are incapable of doing the job themselves. Ask how can I help or can I help by doing something instead of making a wage offer of assistance. Does the following situation sound familiar? You have had some bad news, unfortunately. You tell someone else about it. You can say, just call me if you need help, or if I can do anything, let me know. These offers are well meaning, but they are vague. They also sound formulaic and platitudinous. It's hard to know whether they have been made just for the sake of politeness. What's the lesson here? If you are offering help, make your offer specific. Failing that, at least ask a question that gives the other person a chance to let you know what they need. Think about the day-to-day challenges someone in their situation might face. For example, if your friend's child is in hospital, you might realize that shopping for groceries and keeping the house clean may seem overwhelming under the circumstances. You could ask, can I help by doing a grocery run? Or would you like me to come over and do the housework for you? The same principle in is applies in case of minor problems. If your colleagues appear overworked and stressed one morning, don't just stand there and say, you look busy, so let me know if you need help. It would be better to say, for example, can I help by doing that filling for you? Or would you like me to take the notes for this afternoon's meeting? Always focus on helping a person to change their circumstances but not their character. Sometimes a person's problems are caused by their character deficit. For instance, if your friend has lost their job because they are habitually late and tend to daydream while sitting at their desk, they have caused their own problems by failing to adhere to the basic standards of behavior expected from an employee. However, your role in this situation is not to fix their character or to lecture them on how to live their life. Yes, of course, profound personal change is possible, but it must come from the inside of an individual, and it may require professional assistance. You could only help them look for a new job or help them to research training providers if they want a change of career. It is futile to tell someone about their own faults and then expect instant change. They probably already know what they need to work on, and they will not appreciate your immature psychoanalysis. In fact, they will probably resent your attempt to interfere, and it could damage your relationship. Be remember, always offer practical help, but never try to remodeling someone's personality by your help. Don't offer emotional help or support unless you know how you can remain non judgmental. Offering to help someone by talking over a problem or just listening is great if you have the right skills. Be honest with yourself. If your friend or relative faces a huge problem, can you trust yourself to stay quiet and listen, even if they choose to do something you don't agree with? This is especially important if their next step could have a direct impact upon your personal life. If you are not able to listen, help them find someone else who can be relied upon to hear them out. Ideally, this person will not have any emotional investment in the situation. Be flexible if you want to offer some money. If you have a friend or relative who is in financial trouble, you might want to help out. However, many people are so sensitive when it comes to the topic of money and are reluctant to accept it from friends and family. Don't be surprised if someone turns down your offer of financial aid. If someone is too proud to accept a gift of money, or if it goes against their principles, you could either offer a loan instead of this. Of course, it is of with no interest, or provide them with opportunities and services that will help them get back on their feet. For instance, you will help them by your personal contacts to search a new job or to attend a job interviews. Today we have very simple exercise. What you have to do is, do you know someone who has been having a hard time lately? Call them up and offer your help. Make sure you know in advance what you are capable of giving and that you don't promise more than you can deliver. Before we conclude this lecture, we want to show you a movie of title Happiness is Helping Others. This is an old movie you have seen many times before. In this movie, you saw a poor man helping others in their need. He helped them to change their situations and in his reward get their respect, love and happiness. This is a Vietnamese movie. In this video clip, you can see a man passing by a street. He sees water falling from the roof of a house and the way is getting wet by its splinters. He puts a pot in front of it so that people's clothes are not dirty with it. Then he helps a
เขาจะได้อะไร
wheelbarrow. Then
ถ้า
he
เขาทำ
helps
แบ
the
บนี้
street
ทุกวัน
dog by giving him some food from his plate. Then he walks from the beggars and helps them by giving them some money. He quietly helps a poor old woman by hanging some bananas on her door. He knocks on the door and quickly leaves from there. He continuously does so. He doesn't want any publicity. He doesn't want to be on TV. He does all the help in
เขาจะไม่ได้อะไร
anonymity.
เลย
What is the result? He builds
ไม่ได้รวยขึ้น
a trustworthy relationship with them.
ไม่ได้ออกทีวี
They love him and
ไม่มีใคร
respect
รู้จัก
him. With his help, the conditions of the beggars
ไม่ได้มี
change.
ชื่อเสียงที่มาก
Their
ขึ้น
daughter starts going to school. The old lady loves him. The wheelbarrow also loves him. The dog becomes his companion. So, what he receives happiness and love. By looking this man's helping nature, the spirit of helping other peoples also arises. Thus, a helpful society is fought.
เพราะสิ่งที่เขาได้ คือได้แค่ความรู้สึก ได้เห็นความสุข ได้เข้าใจ ได้ความรัก ได้ในสิ่งที่เงินซื้อไม่ได้ ได้โลกที่สวยงามกว่าเดิม ในชีวิตคุณ อะไรคือสิ่งที่คุณต้องการมากที่สุด
ไทยประกันชีวิตเชื่อในความดี
Thank you very much. Here we finish this lecture on how to reach out to someone in their need. We hope that you enjoyed much and learned a lot of new things with us. We are waiting for your valuable feedback. Keep watching our YouTube channel. For more upcoming lectures and trainings, please subscribe our YouTube channel.